All right, welcome to another Copy AI demo. My name's Andrew Lane, and we've got a special guest today, Chris Liu, co-founder of Copy AI in the house. How you doing, Chris?
I am good. How are you?
I'm great. You've been busy over the holidays. You wrote 8 blogs, and you've got
Yeah.
some exciting shortcuts and a complete process to share with us today. So why don't you fill us in real quick on what you've been up to?
Yeah, definitely. So, everyone else was taking the holidays, so there wasn't much to do. And then, with COVID caused me to just stay inside. So I spent the time writing a lot of blogs and really learning about how SEO works, how to get the most out of all of our SEO. And yeah, that's been my main focus. And in the process, you got to write, you got to just create a lot. So I ended up writing 8 different blogs, and each of them took, an hour with editing all the way until publish. So today I'm going to walk you through my entire process from the very beginning, keyword research, all the way through writing a blog. I'm not going to cover images, so like, adding images after the fact, but we're going to basically have a ready to publish blog by the end of this.
Amazing. So I think the whole process will be some research, planning, the actual writing part of it with Copy AI is it's pretty mind blowing how fast you can get that done. So writing the actual content. So by the end of this today, you're going to have a whole blog written. And for those of you joining live, drop a comment. We're here to help you. So if you have questions throughout the demo today, drop a comment below, and we will answer those and help you out as best we can. So don't be shy. You've got a chance here to get some insider tips and tricks from Chris. But either way, you're going to learn a lot today. So thanks for joining us. And Chris, why don't we open up your screen and we could jump right in?
Yeah, can
You
you
ready?
see my screen? Yep, I'm ready.
Yes, gotcha.
Awesome. So, uh, I guess I'll give a quick background and overview. I'll showcase our own blog. Um, Basically, every single blog article should target a keyword. If you're not targeting a keyword and if you're not being very consistent about it and intentional about it, you're going to struggle because you're not going to have any volume, and then no one's ever going to visit it, and it's going to be a waste of time. So everything starts with keyword research. Now, keyword research is hard. You're like, oh, I have some keywords. You go and Google it, but then you're suddenly like, oh, well, what else can I do? So this is where Copy AI comes in handy. So other keyword generators, they try to find related keywords. We will brainstorm all kinds of crazy keywords for you. So let's see, what should we focus on? Starting a business. So yeah, let's just do starting a business. So we're going to click create copy. We're going to type in our topic, and it's going to generate a bunch of keywords for you. So I'm going to actually copy and paste them into Ahrefs, which is the keyword tool I use. And basically, just you're trying to brainstorm whatever is possible. So we'll just grab a few of these. Let's see. Boom. And then let's try a different
Suggestion,
thing.
Bitcoin
Yep.
blog. Not today. We're talking business, but you can follow along. I would recommend any of you watching them right now, follow along. If you want to write a blog about Bitcoin, do the same step-by-step process. It'll work for you.
Exactly. So I'm going to just write this blog because you're going to see it published on our blog website within a few weeks, probably within 2 weeks on social media. What is one other thing that we may be interested in writing about? Emails, email marketing. So I could do this for a while, right? You could just find as many topics. I believe you can put in thousands of keywords without an issue.
So there's
So
tools like Ahrefs, and that one's a little bit pricey. There's other competitors out there. You could do some research on tools like this. Do you think they're all pretty similar, or would you recommend this specific keyword research tool?
they're all pretty similar, to be honest. I like Ahrefs because it is super powerful and it fits our workflow, and we were already paying for it. So it's out of convenience versus any of the other ones. But you're basically looking for one where you can just put in a lot of keywords and just really go after it. And I want one more topic.
Sales
Andrew, what should I
page
add?
copy.
sales
What?
page.
That's pretty.
Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah.
So this is a
So
really
it's gonna-
cool way of using the keyword generator tool to get a bunch of keywords in here, and then you're going to do some research on these keywords. Is that the process?
Exactly. So basically, we are mining for keywords. Historically, what would have to happen is you would have to brainstorm all of these various keywords yourself. And it's very tedious. Like I would have never thought about, a landing page template and then converting landing page, website copywriting services. There's just so many unique different types of keywords that you would have to think about. So, that's good enough. Let us just run it. It will find all of the different keywords that were in there, and then we're going to try to target one or two specific ones. So you could see here that there is marketing jobs. Okay, actually, let me give a bit of background. So for most of these platforms, there's a keyword. This is the search term that people are searching for. There's a keyword difficulty, which is like, how hard is it to rank for this keyword? The harder it is, usually the more volume it is, the harder it is. The volume is, how many people on average search this every single month. The global volume is the same thing, but in all countries. And then the traffic potential shows, the number one page ranks or gets how much traffic. And yeah, you could see there's just all kinds of things. And then there's also parent topics. So I like to look at both the keywords and the parent keywords to see if there's anything that I would want to write about. So let's take a look. Social media jobs. Ooh, that's quite interesting. So I would actually click into here and see. It's like, what are social media jobs? Here are the questions that people have: remote social media jobs, social media manager jobs. Okay, so you can tell maybe here most people are actually looking for a career in social media. So that might actually not be as relevant to my topic. Let's see, how to start a business. That's a good one. I could definitely write about that. Ooh, how to start a vending machine business, how to start a cleaning business. I really like this. How to start a cleaning business, how to start a cleaning business from scratch. Okay, we could definitely write about this. You can see, okay, so here's who also competes. The difficulty is not ridiculously hard. There's a good amount of volume, and it's very much US focused. So I think, this is a good a good place to start. So we'll keep that in our mind, and then we will take a look at one other one. I really like the idea of small business ideas. So let's take a look. What are some small business ideas? Small business ideas from home, small business ideas for teens.
And you're looking at like who your target audience would be, what they're searching for, and then you're going to write an article to provide some value, answer some of their questions, and then introduce them to Copy AI. Is
exactly
the goal?
So you know what? I actually kind of like this one better. It fits a little bit better. I'm a little bit more knowledgeable about this compared to starting a cleaning business. I've never started a cleaning business before, but I have definitely had many small business ideas. So we are going to go with this one. And let's see. So that's going to be our topic. We're going to put that at the very top topic. Small business ideas from home. So you can see we are going to target these specific keywords. Small business ideas. And you can even click into the other, it also ranks for, and it's like, what are some good small business ideas? What are some small business ideas? What are some good ideas for a small business? So I will grab some of these questions because these questions tend to be things that people also search for. And so we're going to want to include these things in our article so that we can try to rank for them as well. Small business ideas for teens. That's nice. Let's see, small business name ideas. Oops, I don't need a hyperlink. Okay, so these are the most popular keywords. Let's take a look real quick to go down a little bit more deeply into this. Small business packaging ideas. Oh, that's interesting. Small business ideas for women. Okay, that's a good one. So let's grab that.
So those of you watching live, we're going through a process of writing a blog from scratch. We've started with just general keyword ideation using the keyword generator tool, got a list of a bunch of keywords, ran it through Ahrefs to analyze those keywords to see what kind of content you could write about that would help you rank on Google for your blog articles.
Yep, exactly. Okay, I think we have a great starting point. We are done with Ahrefs for now. You can tell our keywords are small business ideas. If we can add it from home, if we can try to answer the question, what are good small business ideas? Maybe try to focus on 10 different ideas. And then, we want to focus on teens and on women. So, there's going to be, you can see already like, okay, what does this blog look like? It's probably going to answer this question. It's probably going to showcase 10 ideas. And for various ideas, it will say, hey, this one's good for teens and this one's good for women, or this is good for all these other personas for kids. I saw that, for kids was also one that showed up quite a bit. Okay, so let's start with our blog tools. So the main blog tools we're going to use today are going to be blog intro, blog outline, blog title, and bullet point to blog section and blog conclusion. So I'm going to favorite them. I'm going to remove everything else from this so then we can all just work out of this one area. And let's get started. So we'll try to find a blog idea. So small business ideas from home. Ooh. I like this section of it. So 10 small business ideas to start from home that will keep you busy and make you lots of money. That is great. So
I would probably change maybe keep you busy to like that are fun. People want the desire is not to be busy maybe, but
that's true.
Unless
that
you're super bored.
You lots of money. How about that? That's what people are looking for, right? Okay, so the blog title matters because you really want your keywords somewhere in the title, somewhere that really, actually,
would you use the exact phrase or would you?
It's a mixture.
Okay.
In the title page, you do okay, so I'm gonna just dive real quick into this. So every single website has a title tag and they have the title itself. What really matters in SEO are both of them, but the title tag matters a lot. So inside of a website, you'll see that there's this title thing. So it's always inside the head, and this thing, in this case, it matches the title because I was going for more followers and views on TikTok. It's already in there, but your goal would be to have your keywords somewhere in this title tag, right? So for this case, it's good to have it in the name. It's great if you can do it other things, but instead of that will make you lots of money, we could even do for stay at home, perfect for stay at home moms and teens, or something like that. So if we're targeting teens, like, business ideas, small business ideas, teens, we'll try to get all of them, right? Let's try this. So we have our title now. Okay, what is our blog going to look like? We're going to need to create an outline. So we're going to put in the blog title, and then we'll just generate some stuff. I know our first one is going to be, what are good small business ideas, right? And the reason is we really want to answer this question. And one of the title tags should be this because, okay, we're probably going to have an intro, right? Oops, sorry. Intro. And then we're going to answer the question, what are good small business ideas? And then we're going to figure out what are all the other things that we could do. So, social media management or monitoring management, that's a great one at home. Web design and development, that's another great one. There's some great no-code tools you can use to help people make websites. Oh, travel planning and oh man, I love this one. As a matter of fact, I have some great ideas here. Let's see. Build a product yourself, create your own blog. That's a very standard one. So create an online community on social media networks. Yeah, that one's great for teens. Let's see, how many we need? We need 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Anything else? Get paid to take surveys. Like that's a very standard one. I hate that because it's not really scalable, and
That
it's
was
not
me
going to
in
really.
2005, I think, 2006.
I know, right? It's like,
Right after I was out of high school, I'm like, all right, I got to make some money. Started staying up all night doing these surveys. Didn't really make any money.
yeah, you make $1 like for maybe 5 surveys. It's just tough. Oh, be a virtual assistant. This one's actually very solid.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Cater, turn your knitting and sewing hobby into a business. So good.
Hey man, put it up on Etsy or something.
Open a craft store. I kind of want to focus on businesses that don't require selling a physical product. So
that would kind of be in your intro then, like what makes a good at-home business, or
yeah,
like kind of
exactly.
helping you guide in, like we're not talking about selling physical products, which I mean, it's an option, but is there a reason why you don't want to feature that?
It's just that it goes down the e-commerce route. I'm going to try to focus purely on business ideas that all you need is a computer. You don't need any physical space or anything. Yes, you could do drop shipping and you don't need physical space, and it's a lot about marketing, but let's try to find ones that are,
that sounds like some
really,
points that you could like tell the AI to help you craft that intro.
Yeah.
Those are interesting things to highlight.
Great. So handwriting practice sheet. It says create a talent, but it's like create a worksheet or template and sell it and offer and sell it.
So this is the outline process. In this stage, you're getting some of the key sections of the blog, and then what you'll do next is kind of fill out some like a couple paragraphs for each one. Is that correct?
Exactly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we're gonna be become a video game coach. So if you're a teen and you're really good at video games, you can teach other kids how to play video games, because that's becoming a bigger and bigger industry these days.
On that input, can I see what you wrote on the input
up here?
Yeah, I wonder if so you have that kind of dialed in, so it does know that you're speaking to like moms and teens. Would it be helpful to like add any more like thoughts in there? Like ideally these are, don't require physical products or inventory.
Yeah,
that may dial it in a little bit more.
That only require a computer. A computer and internet. That's it. And can be done anywhere in the world.
Yeah, J5 said he's tried drop shipping a couple times and didn't really work out for him.
Same here, man. Same here.
Yeah, I've tried physical products myself. It's a lot more hassle than it was worth for me as well.
You could do vlogging, but that's not great because you may need a camera. But it is a good one.
Content writing and proofreading. That's
not bad. I like that.
Not bad. Creating brand identity and logos. That's
I've done that. Great. Yeah. There we go. Okay, I think that's 10, right?
Travel in the world myself.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. We have 10. Okay, let's get started. I know we are 20 minutes in. It took us a little bit of time to get to this point, but we have a very strong base to go off of. So all I have to do is go to the blog intro tool, click create copy, and we're going to try to write ourselves an intro.
And this is the magic, right? So now you've got the whole idea, the outline that's actually pretty intelligently thought out with keyword research. So you have a good chance of getting this ranked and people finding it. And now that blog intro, now we're starting to craft the actual content, the narrative. This is, to me, the absolute magic of Copy AI. And it writes all these different paragraphs in one click. So now you have several to choose from or to pull out bits and pieces from each one.
Yeah. I decided to come up with this article that lists 10 under the radar small business ideas. I don't know if that's actually a good use of the term. So here's what you would want to actually see. It's like, does that do creative? Okay, we're going to go for creatives. 10 creative small business ideas. So what you just saw me do there is I needed to describe these small business ideas. And I wanted to go in here and see like, oh, what do people care about? So you can see small profitable business ideas has 900. And then creative small business ideas actually has, 59 difficulty, 1,000 monthly traffic. That's pretty solid. So we put it as creative, or I could have even said easy, or good, or something like that, that really targets one of these other keywords. Remember, this is SEO focused. We're here to try to rank, and that is our only goal. So.
And J5, I'm curious. He said he's been using Copy AI to write blog articles. The ranking on Google, but also on Bing and Yahoo within an hour of being published.
That's insane.
So I'm curious, J5, if you want to share, are there any tips that you could share with us, or any tools you're using to help you do that? I think right now, Copy AI, you're seeing here just getting the bulk of the copy written. I don't know if there's a faster way on the planet or in the history of humanity to get this written out for you using AI to just take the concept and just kind of like write really interesting copy around it that's actually valuable and helpful.
Yeah. Okay, so if you're a stay-at-home mom or a teen looking for part-time work, these ideas are right up your alley and do not require much investment. Here are 10 small business ideas that only require a computer and internet connection. So boom, you can see this is a keyword heavy intro, right? We have the small business ideas in the title. We have a small business idea here, from home, making money at home, stay-at-home mom, teen looking for part-time work. This really just drives a lot of potential, traffic. So let's start with what are good small business ideas. And so we go to our trusty old tool here, the bullet point to blog section. So what are small good business ideas? I would say that they don't require upfront investment, can serve a very large market with people willing to pay, can be done anywhere at any time. And let's see, is there anything else? Yeah, those are probably pretty solid. Like those are the things that we are looking for in a good small business idea. So what I did here is I put in the question itself, I put in a few of the answers that I want it to talk about, and then the AI will do the rest. So, okay, you'll see it's starting to try to number these ideas. So you could even immediately start grabbing some of these, but let's see. We actually kind of wanted to talk about the ideas itself. So here, the way to remove that is by changing the blog topic. It's like, maybe we can actually throw in what are good small business ideas, and then we can just throw that in. So
yeah, because it thinks you're trying to write that list right there.
Exactly. If it finds like the list, it's suddenly going to start writing about the list, but that's not quite what we want. We want to answer this bullet point up here, which is what are some good business ideas? What makes a small good? Here are some things. Here are some things to consider. I love that. Boom, that part, that's great. That's another great one.
So incredible.
It can be done anywhere at any time, whether you're planning on working from home or running a storefront operation, or working from home or from a remote country. I don't know. I need to come up with a better phrase that you'll want your business to be something you can done without an office or a lot of fancy equipment. Being we want the best. You want as much flexibility as possible to do your work. Boom.
Look at that
So
intro. You just brained up a couple ideas and boom, it just expanded that out for you. Like the first output pretty much did that.
Exactly. So
incredible.
Here's some things to consider. Doesn't require upfront investment. You may have good ideas, and if you don't have $1 million, It's not going to work out so well. So be realistic about how much money you have to invest in your enterprise. So instead of enterprise, we're trying to target the small business keywords. Oh, we'll just throw in small business again. Can serve a very large market with people willing to pay. The reason you want to start a small business, to make money. If your product is only going to appeal to a very small market, then it's probably not going to be the right choice for you. In other words, if your best customer is going to be your mom, then maybe this isn't the best idea after all. Can be done anywhere at any time. Whether you're planning on working from home or remote country, you'll want business to be something that can be done without an office or like fancy equipment. You want as much flexibility as possible to do your work. Okay, great. And I'm going to actually make this formatting a little bit nicer because this is effectively a bullet list. So these are the 3 main things that we care about. Awesome. Let's move on. So without further ado, let's dive into some ideas. And then we will make this an H2. So what are some good business ideas? Social media monitoring management. What do we care about this? Help companies find the latest trends and ideas to capitalize on them. One thing to know, as we are writing this blog, there is one thing that's the most important, and it is to do internal links to your other blog posts. So when I'm looking at social media management, I'm like, okay, we're going to really try to tag in how to get more views and followers on TikTok, because we can actually set up our keywords and then link it to our own post without any penalties, and it creates a backlink. It's very, very powerful. It's one of the most underrated aspects of SEO. I personally learned this over the last month, so I am sharing it now with you. So let's see, social media monitoring and management, help companies find the latest trends and ideas and capitalize on them. Okay. These are tools. Oh, shoot. This is actually, I messed up. This is not what we want. Small business ideas. The topic is going to be small business ideas. I was trying to answer the earlier question of what are good small business ideas.
Yeah, it's important to keep an eye on that, the input, to make sure if you're not seeing the right output, just try a different input, modify it a bit.
Yeah. Oh, that is amazing. No matter where your passion is, you can turn it into a thriving business. Okay, I actually don't like that first line as much, but in today's world where most of the tasks are automated, there's a need for human touch. That's where you come in. Social media has been thoroughly integrated into people's lives. People now use social media to get the news, to give up friends and acquaintances, and to buy things. People are constantly on the lookout for new trends and ideas that can help them improve their lives or make them richer. If your passion lies in discovering the latest trends and finding ways to exploit those trends. I don't know about exploit, but you can make a good living by working from home as a social media analyst or manager. You'll be paid on several factors, including how well you're able to spot trends, how quickly you find them, and how good an idea you have on how to capitalize on them. Today, becoming culture is shifting faster than ever because of platforms like TikTok. If you can help companies and individuals grow their views and followers on TikTok, you can create a very valuable business. Okay, perfect. I am now going to do an internal link. So I don't know if you can tell, I tried to go for grow their views and followers on TikTok. So we have this new link tool, boom, we just added an internal link with these keywords to our own blog. That is the spidering effect that J5 mentioned. It's extremely powerful.
Can you show us that again? That's in the editor.
It's at the top. So you can just
I see.
highlight an area, click on this button, and paste the link in. You can even actually paste it in directly, or highlight and then Control V, and it'll do it. But I just wanted to show everyone the icon. It works very similarly to how other editors work.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah, you can create a very valuable business. This idea is particularly good for teens, as the younger generation typically sets the culture on the internet. Boom. There you go. So we have a keyword here for teens. We have an internal link. We talk about social media management. And yeah, it's just perfect section. Let's move on. Web design and development. So, small business ideas, web design and development. If you have a good sense of design, you can make websites for people. Tools, everyone needs a website, or every business.
If in that blog title, if you put some more of those keywords, the small business ideas for moms and teens, would that help it narrow in more?
Maybe. That may cause it to start brainstorming small business ideas. So let's take a look. Whenever you're in doubt, just run it and find out.
We got a question too on some of the facts and stuff. So sometimes it recommends like unhealthy things. Is there a way to improve the facts or any details like that?
Yeah, you have to guide it. I hope it doesn't do the unhealthy things too much, but it's ultimately AI, and AI is just trying to predict. So you can guide it by, adding little bits and pieces. You don't have to have it really well written. As you can tell, like every business needs an idea. If you have a good sense of, or needs a website, if you have a good sense of design, you can make websites for people. Like, these are just bullet points to try to teach the AI, hey, this is what I want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I want to talk about.
And sometimes you'll see it give bad advice, and that might be helpful content for the blog. You might say, some people will advise you to do this. Here's why I suggest otherwise, or here's why that's a bad idea. And then you could actually run that through, like why you shouldn't do this. And the AI will come up with some explanation of why that's a bad idea. That's probably pretty accurate. But any facts, any details, you'll definitely want to fact check. You need to come in with your expertise. This takes you like 80, 90% of the way there. Then you have to go in and make sure it's approved by you.
Exactly. You know what? I need to add one more section here. Every business needs a website. If you have a good sense of design, you can make websites for people. These days, you don't even need to know how to code. There are a lot of no-code tools that help make these websites. And then I'm going to actually list my favorite ones. So let's see. If you have a good sense of design, you can make websites for businesses. Web design is a fairly easy way to make money, and the internet is full of businesses looking for someone to build them a website. Let's see. These days, it's easy to get into web design. There are a lot of free courses online, like this one. So let's see, Webflow. Website design course. Let's see. Oh, we're going to just try to find. Perfect. There you go.
Get your affiliate link.
I know. They actually have a really good affiliate program. It'll help you learn the business basics. You can even get started with some basic templates or website builders. Like, I personally like Webflow a lot.
Definitely taking over the internet right now.
It's because it can be the most customized. Like, Squarespace is great, but you are still quite limited in terms of what you can do. Webflow, if you do make the investment, you can make such beautiful websites with animations and everything and without even writing a single line of code. So let's see.
Good question here from J5. Is it true that GPT will be rescanning the internet again sometime in 2022?
Man, that's a question for OpenAI. They're always trying to figure out ways to update the knowledge base. We will see. And, I can't promise anything until we know for sure. But that would be awesome. We are personally trying to figure out ways to teach it more things that have happened in the last few years.
And I saw they're adding a fact checking feature. Have you looked into that at all or heard anything about that?
I have not actually. I have seen some of the latest papers. Is that what you're referencing, or is it something different?
I saw like a sneak peek of it where it'll cite references to any facts or details that it writes about.
Yes, that's a little different. Happy to share a little bit more about that later. That's actually the latest research, and they're trying to figure out a way to productize that. If they do, we are on the alpha list, so we will be one of the first companies to have it.
Cool.
Let's take a look.
I mean, it's going to get a lot better for sure. One way or another this year, like it's still very early in the game and it's getting better very quickly.
Exactly.
So you're on the cutting edge, guys. Stick around here. I mean, Copy AI, the team is in direct communication with these, billion-dollar AI platforms, and the Copy AI team is building tools on top of that to help you get better results way faster.
Yeah.
So you're writing along here. I'm looking at the comments. Good suggestion here. I kind of like the concept of you should consider a solution where it encourages the writer to write a blog quickly without stopping. So like 1 to 2 minutes of writing, and then the AI can maybe clean it up for you or add some additional words. It'd be kind of fun to gamify this process.
Be on the lookout. That's all I can say. Yeah, I agree with you though.
Like speed writing, so you're kind of like guiding it and then it's kind of doing stuff and you're interacting. I mean, that's definitely where this is going, right? Like it's the early stages of us interacting with the AI, but I think we could all see the potential here of how fast this will be, where it is your assistant, where you're interacting in real time. This is already super blazing fast. So I mean, we really can't complain. Take advantage of where we're at this stage. But in the future, it's just going to get even more dynamic to where the AI is kind of like feeding off of you and you're guiding it maybe in real time, kind of like shifting the narrative of what it's writing.
Exactly. Okay, perfect. I think that blog section is actually pretty much done. We will just move on to the next one: travel planning and adventures.
Thanks, J5. He said he thinks Copy AI has got a lot better in the last 6 months. The best tool for the price and results. He's tried a few. Appreciate that.
J5, it's only going to get better. I can promise you that. Okay, so travel planning. Here's one of my secret ideas, right? So remote work is exploding, but these companies want to meet up in person. You can help remote businesses, plan and organize offsites. These businesses have budget and are great potential repeat customers. So, when you're a business and you're buying a service and the first time was so good, you're going to go back. You're not going to try to change it up. You're not going to risk anything that goes wrong. So, you really you can create a business around remote work and planning. Let's take a look. So there is a growing trend of remote work in companies like Buffer. I know Zapier is remote. I don't know if Buffer is remote. Let's take a look. Oh, yep, it has been. Let's take a look. What else is there? It says Automatic. I thought they were based in Austin, but let's take a look if they are remote.
Are they? My friend worked with them in San Fran.
Oh, okay. I guess they are. Yeah, I guess it's everyone works from the location they choose. Take a look at that. Imagine planning the offsite or helping to plan the offsite for that. You can charge a lot.
That's a big project. It's almost like a conference at that point.
Exactly. You can
That's what my
use
aunt does. It's like she plans all these conferences, and she's been doing it, had her own at-home business for a long time. It's good money there.
You can use this opportunity to create an amazing experience that focuses on bringing the team together and make lots of connections.
So at this stage, we're 40 minutes in. You've been writing the actual content for about 20 minutes. You spent the first 10, 20 minutes doing some brainstorming, finding the keywords, testing those keywords on the tools that analyze keywords for you. So that's not built in with Copy AI. You're going to need to find a third-party tool to help you do some keyword research. You can go back and watch how Chris did it today on the replay, but there's a lot of ways to get that done. So just getting some guidance from tools that help you find what you should be writing about and what gives you the best chance of getting found. And now within Copy AI, you're just kind of going with it. You've created your outline. You're trying to provide value here. And that's what I'm seeing is you're really focusing on just giving the reader some great value. That in itself is one of the best ways to get ranked and get your blogs found. Is that correct?
That's exactly right. So, yep. That's exactly right. You said it as well as I could have. So should we continue or should we skip through a few of these?
I mean,
what do you think?
We could try to like, I mean, we still got 20 minutes left. So, I mean, I know you want to get this done. You're actually going to use this. I just wanted to kind of like keep people watching, like to where they can follow along and do this themselves. This is a lot of like heavy lifting, right? This is not, I mean, but compared to doing this on your own, the creative energy that would happen, like to try to come up with all this on your own, I think what you're seeing is the creative energy for you is just getting the outline and then kind of just putting in a few key points you want to get across. You don't have to worry anymore about elegantly explaining these things or like sharing. You can even put in, really interesting things like share an example of this in the input. You can have the AI give you like even more like examples or like what are some things that you've seen to spice up your copy versus just explaining it like, okay, 1, 2, 3, I'm explaining things, but could you have it come up with examples or stories or anything like that in this the blogging tools?
Yeah, definitely. You could totally, really add your own instructions. This is my format right now. Like create your own blog, and then really try to give it a few bullet points so that it knows, hey, okay, this blog section is about this. But I think you have actually a little bit more experience in really making it targeted. Like, hey, tell a story about my own blog or something along those lines.
Yeah, in this case, I mean, if you gave it enough, like this is, I like this process that you're walking us through because this is really helpful and it's super simple to do. So if you write up, I'll let you write a little bit, and then I want to see if like we could spice up that section with maybe like some creative ideas or blog topics that you could write about. Like just it might write a paragraph or give us a quick list of examples.
Yeah, definitely. Would love to take a look at that. Here, 1 second. I know we have this how to write a blog fast article. Yeah. So once again, I am just looking up internal links that I'm going to use for create your own blog. Wait, Andrew, could you repeat that last part? What would you like us to do?
Yeah, we'll do your thing. Kind of write the little intro, like just the basic details about it like you're doing. And then at the end, we could try maybe having the AI get a little bit more creative with that content.
Yeah. Repeatable. This business. Okay, so we'll try that. So try starting your own blog. That's going to be the main point of the paragraph. You can grow a reader base, monetize. Very easy and quick to get started.
And if you don't know these points, you could write like the key benefits of creating your own blog, and then it'll give you some of these talking points. Then you could put that back into the AI.
Exactly.
I mean, you can just literally have the AI do all the thinking for you and then just pull out bits and then like use that as your outline for that section.
Exactly.
So J5 said he was dreaming about Copy AI. I had to take had to take December off. He did about 70 articles in 4 months. Nice work. and it looks like it's paying off well. I saw earlier he mentioned they're ranking really fast on Bing and Yahoo. Google's a little bit slower, but traffic is traffic. And he mainly uses the product description and the blog tools in his articles, and they're all about 1,000 words on average.
That's amazing.
So how many words are you at? About 1,000 right now.
We are at about 1,000, but at the very top we have a bit of this. This one's going to end up 1,500, almost even 2,000. So it's pretty insane.
So at this point, J5 is saying his, writing about as much as we've written today, his are ranking pretty quickly.
Oh, that's amazing.
Driving traffic, bringing in customers. He said his site's about 10 months old, starting to pay off. Nice.
That's incredible to hear. That's a success story right there. So Andrew, do you want to try to be a little bit more creative for this one, like create an online community?
Well, I was kind of thinking to that last one, since it might be, more value could be, you just kind of explain the concept. But if we had create your own blog, maybe examples of the types of blogs that you could create. If I would just tell it that would be the prompt for that section.
Like that?
Yeah. It's doing a lot of creative thinking for you.
Let's see. I want a bullet point list.
Yes, maybe list would be more clear. So there's opportunities like that. I mean, I've seen it work really well for this kind of stuff. It just kind of depends, though. It's a little bit hit or miss. Even just a list or niche blog topics.
So here are some niche blog topics. That's going to get it running okay. Here are, or even better, you can do here are 10 niche blog topics.
Yeah.
And it will try its best to list them out. So.
Yeah, it's kind of, I mean, there it goes. It's getting, another thing I would try is maybe an example of how you could turn your passion into a blog, or, I mean, this is more abstract, but this is kind of fun. I find that there's some really interesting, it can do a lot. I mean, I've had it write a list of affirmations that you could read in a video, because my wife does audio affirmations in her paid courses and programs and YouTube videos, and it just made up lists of things. So here's one. Here you go. It's actually breaking down a bunch of different niche ideas.
Jewelry review, love it. Fashion, parenting.
There you go. That's more. So let's study a couple ways you could try changing the input like we were doing there, or just click a few more times, have it create more copy, and it might just take a few rounds to produce what you're looking for. But adding that number, it looks like here are 10 niche blog topics. So kind of imagining what would be really cool if you're imagining yourself as the reader. Okay, this all sounds good, but show me some examples. Boom, you can have the AI just give you examples like this.
Yeah, exactly. Much more. So those are the different ideas and passions you may have. Starting a blog is a great way to build an audience and create a source of income. If you do it correctly, you'll be able to create something that brings in regular income while helping people at the same time. Okay, next one, create an online community. So this one's actually a little bit more niche of a topic. People are craving personal connection. You have billions of potential community members. You can try to start a very passionate community around a topic, subject, etc. So this is a whole different type of business that's very new age. Like I would say it's like Product Hunt and those sorts of things where
Mm.
it's a community of builders, of like app builders, of fitness enthusiasts, maybe like a specific type of fitness enthusiasts, and having a really passionate community is a very, very valuable thing. Okay.
Make sure the specific purpose, set of rules. I like that last point there. I like some tips on.
The more defined the community is, the easier it is for you to interact, and engage with it, and engage others in its activities.
And
Yeah,
then I
that's
might
so-
add in some like, how would you monetize that to make it a business?
Yeah, exactly. See if they have a.
And when I see this, this is great for writing blogs, but I also you see the amount of value that you're creating here. If you wanted to write any kind of content for social media, maybe you're not a blogger. If you want to put content on a regular basis on LinkedIn or Facebook, even Twitter, like just put in a topic that you want to write about and then give it some points, and it will just write a few paragraphs for you just like that sound really professional, like can elevate your brand status and get you to show up more online around a topic and create conversations around it. You could even have it like ask questions. We saw some users telling us like have it like bring up the concerns that people might have when starting a community, and it will list out concerns that they might be feeling or like reasons people don't start a community, and it will help you come up with ideas. These are really, really interesting pieces of content for social media, especially.
Exactly. I think that paragraph is perfect. It's easy to imagine how you could turn this kind of activity into a business opportunity. In addition to selling advertising on your own blog or website, you might sell advertising on the forum itself. You could also sell premium memberships, which would give people extra privileges in the community.
Did you add anything to the input, or did it come up with that on its own?
I just changed it to monetize with sponsorships.
Nice. Okay, perfect. So just like that, you need to add another paragraph there. It'll give it to you in one click.
Yeah.
This is so amazing. So like I would even look at like questions that come up if you are growing your audience and you see questions coming up, or if you just browse the web, like what are common questions people have around this topic, you could run it through here and it'll start to answer those questions for you.
You do have to fact check, but yeah, it will. And for more
Yes.
general purpose topics, like it does a great job. It's pretty proven out, and it will phrase it in a way that fits perfectly for your thing. Oh, look at that. Paid one-time registration, sponsorships, paid monthly memberships.
Here's some examples. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so let's say you could, and then we'll just turn this to a bullet point list, actually. You could offer paid monthly memberships, paid. Man, actually, this is great. I'm gonna grab the entire thing.
All right, we got about 7 minutes left, so we might be worth writing the conclusion, and then you could fill out the rest of these couple points later.
Okay, will do.
But we've already written, 1,200 words. This is very valuable, interesting content.
We started from the keyword research, not just starting the writing.
Yeah,
we didn't
exactly.
We went from the very
even coming up with a topic, like all of that happened.
Exactly. Okay, so let's do a conclusion.
And images, you could use free stock photo sites. There's Upsplash or Unsplash. There's Pexels.
Exactly. There's so many of those. Okay, so what do we type here? 10 small business ideas. I'll just remove the 10 small business ideas to start.
I like to just take the whole intro and put it in and have it write a conclusion based on the intro.
I love it. I love it. Maybe I'll change this actually. But first, what does a small business, what does a good small business idea look like?
Nice.
You're there. I really like the beginning part of this. Oh, this is even better. Oh, this is it.
Look how good he just takes the whole concept,
There you go.
wraps it up in a bow. Amazing. Oops.
You don't have to go through the process of securing a big loan or have a big account of thousands of dollars to spend. Coming up with a small business idea can be inexpensive and possibly profitable from day one. Give it a try. Which one appeals to your interests the most?
I love how it ends with a question like that.
I know, it's so great. You might become rich with some of these ideas, to be honest. At least the ones that compound.
Some of these ideas have been how I made a living for like 5 years while traveling the world. So I agree.
I like this. You don't need to invest much money to do these business ideas. Just a little time and creativity is enough. Give it a try. Which one appeals to your interests the most? Okay, there you go. You know what? I'm going to spend the rest of the day completing this article, and then I'm going to publish it. And so by hopefully next Monday, we will have it on our blog, and I will post it in our group chat along with the webinar of us creating it. And I can even post the stats. It's like, hey, today the blog was newly published. We are targeting this keyword over here. We are currently ranking here, and then just track over time how much it grows and show that anybody can do this. And the biggest blocker to doing this before was the writing part. I would have never been able to write this article in the amount of time before Copy AI. And so I want to show to everybody else that if I can do it, you can do it too. I am one of the worst writers I know.
Well, I would have never known because this looks really well written. And I'm gonna challenge you. I don't think you need to spend the rest of the day writing this. I'm gonna give you 20 minutes to finish it up after we're done. I think you can knock it out real quick. And more on that line, like gamify it, put a timer, put a clock. I think that's one of the best things you can do with Copy AI, because now you're at a point where it can just write unlimited content for you. That can become like, whoa, like there's so much to look through. You really do have to give yourself a time limit. That's the best way to just get it done. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like you could browse through hundreds of outputs all day long, but the truth is these are amazing. Like they're all good enough to roll with almost out of the gate with no editing. You're like 90% of the way done just by clicking one button, and then just pull out what you like, pop it in there. That thing is written. It's really well thought out, really well done. Chris, any last thoughts? This demo was amazing. I'm so excited about this.
Let me see. I can actually give one last thought. I do want to show one article that I posted over the literally on New Year's Day, actually. So, okay, this one. Take a look. Side hustle ideas, 15K volume, 67 difficulty. We are position 14. I published it on New Year's Day because it is a specific article about unique ways to make money in 2022, 6 side hustle ideas. So you see January 1st, we are January 6th, and we are already on rank 14, and it's bringing in 191, it's estimated, but 191 people a month. So you can see immediately, wow, if you can create a blog and you find the right keywords, it can make an impact. And that was actually updated 2 days ago. I wonder if we updated it now, if it's gone up in the rankings. But yeah, you can see I added some photos. This was completely made with Copy AI. I've had this pro, cons, very easy to scan.
Ooh, there's
really,
good ideas, pros and cons.
Added in my own backlinks to our other, blogs, how to become a social media manager, and the conclusion. It's just very
That's
clear.
actually, I'm seeing those bullet points that you put in there for each section, pros and cons. Was that actually what you gave the AI as your brain dump, like to write?
Yeah, I actually did a little bit. I think I might have used the bullet point tool. It's like pros of starting an online video course, cons of starting an online video course.
That's pretty good
and stuff like
context
that.
of like, yeah, like that's good context to like have the AI write that whole section for you by telling it kind of what you think is good or bad about it, and then it'll like expand on that and explain it in paragraph form.
Exactly. And so this article will be right there next to it, targeting small business ideas. It's a slightly different keyword, but it should make a pretty big impact. And I am going to put backlinks to each other within our own app or within our own blog. So,
Chris, you're now a blogger, man. You're now a writer. It's
I feel confident if I was not working for Copy AI today, I would probably go out and start a blog for some business or opportunity where there's not much competition and just own the space. The best place to look is a new trend. When something is becoming big and you see it and it's going to be big in like 2 or 3 years, you should start blogging today about it. In 2 or 3 years, you're going to be like the main domain authority, and you're going to be able to capture all of that traffic.
Wow, Chris, thanks for this demo today. Appreciate your time, and I'll let you go, but we'll bring you back on again in the near future to do some more blogging demos and any other cool updates and announcements you have to share. Sound good?
Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining, and we didn't quite finish, but we are awfully close.
That was pretty impressive, though. Well done. All right,
Awesome.
We'll let you go. Talk to you later. And for everyone else, I'm going to wrap it up today. So we went through a whole demo today on how to write a blog in minutes. Chris was it's the combination of teaching you guys this stuff too, and kind of walking through it. But you saw how fast it can come together, and you can get really fast at this when you get this process down. But these basic tools make it way easier for you to get done in way less time. And there's a lot more you can do with Copy AI. You can just build out your brand. So when you have a business idea, if you want to get your about page created, your manifesto, your motto, your mission statement, your value proposition, defining your target audience. You can even come up with business ideas. The AI, you see how creative it is, and it can help you just get your thoughts written out in a very beautiful, professional way. So you go from idea to looking like a pro in a matter of a few clicks. And then you can start to sell your content or sell your products and services. If you are trying to sell stuff, even if it's not your own products, other people's products, like as an affiliate, the sales messaging can be a great way to position those products and services as a solution to people's problems. There's many tools to help you with that. And then finally, the content creation, social media, blogging, video, script writing, the list goes on and on. It's really fun. So give it a shot. You can write copy in seconds. You can create your own original content for your business with artificial intelligence. This is yours to use. Everything that Chris wrote was written from scratch by the AI, based on billions of parameters, studying 10% of the internet, crunching that through a supercomputer. And all you have to do is click a button and it's yours. So try it out today. Sign up for Copy AI. You can get your free account, give it some basic information, and watch it write AI generated content for you in seconds. So give it a whirl, get plugged into the community. We got a lot more coming your way. Thanks for joining us today, and we will see you next time. All right. Take care, everybody.